Yo, what's up, guys? Be by hitting here in case this is your first time. And yeah, if you're new to Ableton, in today's video, I'm basically going to be showing you guys everything about Ableton. And at the end, we'll try to make your first beat. And I think at the end of this video, you should have an idea and you should be able to use Ableton. I'm doing this because I noticed in my comment section, people keep asking what DAW I'm using, and many people want to learn it. So yeah, at the end of this video, you should be able to make your first beat. You should understand what arrangement view is, and time over time I'll keep making beats videos like this. You can also check out my playlist, Ableton Bible, to get more knowledge about how Ableton works. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. So yeah, firstly, when you open your Ableton, this is what you're going to be presented with, right? Don't think much about anything. The first thing you want to do is to set up your audio. Set up your audio interface, and also make sure that the DAW is seeing your plugin. That's the first thing we want to do when we are opening our Ableton for the first time. So you want to go into live if you're using Ableton, and I think for Windows users, if you're using Mac, and I think for Windows users is in the options preferences. So you want to go to settings for Mac users as well. So you want to go into the audio, and you want to make sure the audio input device is set to your sound card. Depends on what sound card they are using. Audio input device, just for a layman explanation, is just basically what is going into the sound card, just like your mic, your guitars, and all that. So you want to make sure you have your sound card here. Then for audio output device as well, you want to make sure you have your sound card here. Mine is showing black hole and audio for OBS because I am recording right now, so that is why it is different. So that's the first thing you want to do. Then the second thing you want to do, you want to go to your plugins, make sure that all of these are on. And if you have a custom folder where you always put in your VST plugins, you can just click on this V2 custom folder, click it on, browse it, then locate the folder and just set. And when you've done that, this is going to scan. It's going to start scanning your plugins here, or you can just close Ableton and open it. Do you get? So that's the first step. And if you don't like the theme as well, you can just come into theme and colors. And for everybody asking what theme and color I'm using, this is my setting. You can screen grab these and so that you can use it for your own Ableton setup. So yeah, that's the first step you want to do, setting your audio and your plugin. Okay, so the second thing you want to do is to bring in your packs. Like I said, calm down, I'm going to explain everything. I just want to do it step by step. So you want to bring in your packs, right? So the next thing you want to do when you want to bring in your pack, forget about every other thing here. You want to scroll down to this place where they say add folder. So when you click on it, you select the folder where your pack is. Like when you click on this, when you click on add folder, you select the folder where your pack is. Like in my case, this is where my pack is, and you just click open. So when you do that, it's going to bring in your packs. So this is where your packs will now be. So when you've done this 3-step, which is the first step, setting your audio interface, the second step, which is adding your sample packs and all that. Now, this is the next thing I want to explain to you guys right now. Ableton, this first page is called the arrangement view. We have the arrangement view and the mixer channel. So when you click on tab on your keyboard, it's going to take you to the mixing channel. So this is just basically, you can draw this up. This is basically where you'll be doing your mixing, lowering your volumes, increasing your volumes. Like I say, don't think much. I'm going to try my best to explain this one step at a time, right? So when you click back on tab on your keyboard, it's going to take you to this place, and you can also switch in between by coming to this place. You can see where you bring this vertical line mixer. You see? Vertical line, and you see where you bring this horizontal. Then all you can just do is just click it, and when you click it, it will take you to the arrangement view. But for now, we are going to focus on the arrangement view because this is what we'll be able to use to make beats. So now this arrangement view, in my own understanding, it's splitted into 4 parts, right? The 4 part is simply this first box here, this second box at the top, this box at the right, and this box in the middle. That's the 4 boxes you want to focus on, and I'm going to break them one after the other. Like I said, just look at this whole thing into 4 different sections, which is this first section around here, the second section at the top, the third section around here, and the fourth section, which is just like your playlist if you are in FL Studio, whatever DAW you are into. This section right here is just basically where you'll be laying down your chords, laying down your vocals and all that. So let's go into the first section, which is this box right here, right? So this is where you are going to be using your tools. You know, it's just like when you use FL Studio, for instance, you see around there is where you select your packs. Around there, you can also select plugins if you don't want to use that other side, right? So this is what this side also is. So I'm going to show you guys only what I use most of the time. So you want to focus more on instruments. Instrument is basically where you'll be using. So whatever you click here displays around this side. So if I click on audio effects, it's going to show me all the audio effects that are in my audio. So this is like the folder. So when you click it, it's like you've opened the folder and then you are seeing everything that you need. So if you want to do some MIDI effect, you click on it to see there modulations. And if you are trying to look for, oh, my plugins, where did I drop the plugins that I have installed? Where are they going to be showing? You can see it here, plugins. And when you click on plugins, they will all load. And if there are VST2 plugins, if you click on VST2 plugins, it will only show you VST2 plugins. If you click on VST3 plugins, is going to show you VST3 plugins, and this one as well is going to show you. So this is where you can get your plugins, and if you're looking for grooves and swing and all that as well, this is where you're going to get them. So this library is just basically the tools that you'll be using to make sounds and make beats, including the stock sound from Ableton. So yeah, if you're looking for the stock sound in Ableton, you're just basically going to click on this sounds right here, and you can see all the stock sound. And if it's best easier, when you go into instrument, then you can go into drum rack to drop in drum rack, some claps, instrument rack as well. But I don't really use most of this. Like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys only what I use, you know, and sound is just basically where you can get them. And at the top of this side, if you are using Ableton 12, you can now differentiate what kind of sound you are looking for. If it's a pad, if it's piano keys, that is it right here. And below these places, the only thing I use here is just basically packs, and that was what we bought in the first time, if you remember. So you just want to click on pack and, you know, look for what you want to use. I'm going to show you how to use that. Then at the top of this place is just basically favorite. Basically, I have, to do this the way I did it, just basically click on edit. Yeah, so yeah, how I basically did is basically hit on edits. Yours will be showing colors, right? Yours will be showing yellow, green, blue, purple. I was the one that renamed it. As you can see, this one is still showing orange. So I was the one that renamed this to VST, to quick effects, to effects, and to drum rack, right? So to actually bring anything here, let's say for instance you want to bring in, you always use this sound, right? From your plugins, you always use this sound. All you have to do is to right click it and select yellow. In my case, I've renamed them already, right? So this is just basically where you'll be adding your quick tools, so that you don't have to come to plugins or have to come to packs and start looking for packs. Do you understand? So favorite is where the packs I use frequently are. The VST is where the quick plugins that I use most of the time. Then I haven't renamed this yet, and I can just take this off by unticking it and click on done, and you see that one is gone. So effects, most of the effect I'm using very well, and that is just what this whole side is all about. Just basically picking your favorite sound libraries in terms of your audio effect, like compressor and all of that. Audio effect is just basically stock Ableton effects. Do you get what I'm saying? So you can just select that. I will show you how to use it. Then the plugins is basically the one that you've installed, and below the places is just where you add in folders that you think you want to use, and mostly the folders are like packs, and you just use it. So that is just what this whole box is all about. So if you have any issue, let me know in the comment section. I'll join my Telegram group as well. I'll basically just put this in parts also on my Telegram channel so that you can understand more. So yeah, the second part we're going to be looking at is the second box on top here. And this is the box where I'm going to break it down one after the other. And this link is just basically, I don't use that. So I mean, let's move on. So yeah, the tap is just basically when you're trying to tap in a tempo. Maybe you have a tempo in your head and you just basically want to tap it real fast. this part is where you be setting your tempo. Of course, when you're trying to make your beats, the first thing you want to do is to set your tempo, and you can just click on it and write whatever tempo you want to do, or you can drag up and drag down. That's basically what this is about. This one is just basically your time sequence, 4x4, 3x4, how you want it to be. And this one is basically when you, it's a metronome, so that when you click on play, for instance, you can hear one. By the time I put it off, you won't hear it anymore. So you see, and you can also change the sound by clicking here. And if you want it to be wood, if you want it to be rhythm, that is what this is all about. This is just basically the metronome. I don't really use this much. In my own opinion, I don't use this. For the new Ableton 12 users, you can now as well set up your key of the song, set up the key of the project. So if you know you're going to be making the song in C major, you can do that. And when you arm this, it's going to automatically make sure that whatever MIDI you're bringing in when you're making beats, which I will show you later, it will just automatically highlights those grids so that it's easy for you to play without going off key, right? And this is just basically follow, so that when you play, it's just going to be following what you are doing. So that's what this is about. This is play, this is pause, this is record. So when you click on this, it's going to start recording. And if you're like, how am I doing it in a way it's not recording immediately? It's because of this bar place. I put this metronome side. I'm making the count in to be 2 bars, meaning it's going to count in 2 bars before it starts recording. So that's the essence of this. This is just simply when you play something. For instance, let's say I play in a sound. So let's say we play in a sound. We record now. Please don't talk about anything. I just want to explain something to you guys. So we record, right? We've done that. So if we want to add in, let's say we want to add in another, I will play the first chord. We want to add in another chord, but we don't want it to like record on top of this. That is when you click in this plus sign, right? So watch. So you see, add. If this is not there, it's going to record on top as a new file. So you can see what I mean. So that is what this plus sign is about. Let's see it one more time. What was going to happen when this plus sign is not armed? You see, it's recording on what you've already played. But let's say you like what you've played, but you just want to add in more melody. You click in this plus sign and you click on record. Just playing nonsense, but you can see what happened now. It's just adding what I'm about to play. Do you get? Not overwriting. So that's just basically what this is. This is just basically automation. On-in and off-in automation means you can record an automation when this is on, and you can, when it is off, it means whatever automation you're making while you're recording, you cannot automate it. This is just basic. I don't use any of this, so I'm explaining what I'm using, right? So this basically is just basically you're trying to say, okay, I want the recording to start from this place. That is what this means. Watch. You see, it starts from here. Let me bring it somewhere you can see it. You see, I'll click record from here. You see, it's not recording, but when it gets to this line, because I told it to start, it start recording. Do you get? So I can move this however way I want to, and it always start recording from this side. So this is very good in a situation whereby you are all alone in the studio and you're trying to record yourself. So you can just give yourself space, go up to the mic, and when you're recording, it's going to automatically start recording at that place that you've put it. This is just basically loop. So it's just going to go forward to wherever this line is and come back. So this is just basically stop recording, start recording. So it can just basically start recording at that place. Do you see? And if you drag it to this side, it's going to stop recording at that side. See, automatic. This is really amazing. This is a very nice tool that I use most of the time. And yeah, this is just basically changing the cursor from mouse setting to pen when you're in the piano roll. Yeah, so that's what this bar is all about. And this is just basically where you check your, I don't use this one, so let's just leave that. So that's the explanation of this top side. So this particular box right here is just showing you whatever you drag and dropped. That's what this box is showing you. Yeah, and you can, it also has a volume. It's just like if you use FL Studio, for instance, there's those two knobs there. So this is what this side is. And if you use other doors, mostly they're always around here, like when you want to quickly do some quick adjustment to your volume, to your panning, and you don't want to necessarily go into the mixer by clicking tab, you can just quickly do this. You understand me? Yeah, so you can just quickly do that. That's what this box is all about. And if you want to change or rename any of these, you can just right click and you see rename, and you can change colors as well. Yeah, this is just basically a basic for beginners, so that you'll be able to make a beat. Do you understand me? And this is just basically where you will be arranging your whole sequence. So let's quickly make a beat using the 4 boxes that I've explained to you right now. So let's say you want to make a beat. Obviously, the first thing you want to do is set your tempo, and we set it to 100 BPM. We want to set our key, and I want to be playing this song on a C major. So I put it on C, I click it on C major. So the first thing we want to do definitely is to bring in a plugin. So I'm going to click on plugin. What plugin do I want to bring in? I can just select and just drag in Arturia, and basically drag and drop anywhere. That is what Ableton is. When you drag and drop, it's going to automatically load in the plugins. You understand me? And this is the plugin right here. So, and it's going to create its own stuff here. So to delete any of these, you can just click it, delete, click it, delete, click it, delete. So now we have only Analog Lab right here. And you might be wondering, oh, what is this? Whatever you click on this, this is going to bring in the effects, audio effects channel right here. Do you get what I'm saying? It's going to bring in the audio effect channel around this side. So you can bring this down by when you go up around here, you can see this icon. So you just bring it down and you're good. You can double click it and you're good. So this is where you are also going to be dropping whatever effects that you need. Let's say you want to drop in like a compressor, you drag and drop in. So this is like your mixer rack, but Ableton own is horizontal, not vertical. So it's like a quick mixer rack. I think most DAWs are incorporating this style as well. So yeah, let's quickly play something. We're going to click, and if you want to open the VST plugins, for instance, you just click on this panel here. Oh, am I Ninja, guys? You click on this settings icon right here. So when you click on it, you have it. You already know how to make use of your stuff you've dragged in for sure. So let's quickly play something, and as you see, I'm going to hover here, bring it down, and you can also drag this as well. You know, just drag this to this place, set my loops marker, click on record. Remember, I set it to give me, I make sure to always on your metronome so that you can be on time when you're playing. So let's quickly play something. Okay, for the sake of people that don't know how to play keys, we are going to fix. So now you'll be wondering, how am I going to create a MIDI clip? You know, MIDI clip is basically creating a piano roll. So what you can just do is just highlight where you want to play it. So when you highlight up to the point, you right click, then you see where they say insert empty MIDI clip, or you can use Command Shift M or Control Shift M, right? So whatever shortcuts you'll be needing for any of this, you will see them around there. Over time, you get used to the shortcut. So I'm going to click on Insert Empty MIDI Clip, bam, and you can see it here. So you can also close it, and you're like, oh wow, what did I just do? The piano roll have gone out. Don't worry, just come up to this part, double click it, and you have your piano roll up to this place. So you can drag it to whatever length that you want to, right? So now you're like, I don't know how to play keys. Oh my God, how am I going to know what is on key? It's simple. Remember, we are already on C major, and around there you can also set your key. Then you click on highlight scale. So when you highlight scale, all of these lines that you're seeing is basically going to be showing you what you can play and this whole color here just simply indicates the stops that are in key. Yeah, it's like highlight feature. You're supposed to understand what I mean. And you'll notice when you click in something, you cannot hear a sound. So what you have to do with this headphones icon, click on it and you can hear a sound. So we're going to be building our first chord. So we're going to start from the A. We're going to double click to bring it in, then highlight to drag, then hold option or alternate, keep it here, or control, I mean, for window users. And this is our first chord. So we want to bring this down as well. So we can highlight all of them, make it long. So bring in another one around here. Remember, double click, highlight it, building your chords. And if you don't know how to build chord yet, I already have a video for this, and you can just click the link above and watch. So you're like, oh, I'm out of space. You can just simply click here, drag to this place, click here like this. You can see it's duplicating it. Don't worry, just highlight all of them, Control or Command J is going to bring them together. So you want to remove these two if you feel like you're not good with the chord. So you can also highlight all of them, hold option or control, drag, bring it down. Do the same thing again. That's our first chord. So we can simply remember to put in the loop marker so that to be going forth and back. So we can basically highlight all of these and bring it down. So we've created our first sound, do you know? And you can just come into the plugins as well, bring in another one, layer some melodies. So because of time, you know, the video is not going to be too long. I'm going to right click, we'll bring in a MIDI track. That is how you create a MIDI track. You know, you can right click around this box here. This is our third box. You right click it. Audio track is for recording, MIDI track is for playing instruments and drums as well. So bringing out drum. So if you want to get a sequencer like FL Studio, you want to basically go into the instrument. Drum rack is what I use. You just drag. Remember, in Ableton, we're basically doing drag and drop on the MIDI clip, and it's going to automatically bring this. Remember, I told you this is just basically a layout of where whatever you're adding is going to be. And if you want to bring in the drums, you can just go into your packs, find whatever sound you want to use. In my own situation, I'm going to go into my kit. I'm going to go into this one. So I'll just load in a kick, for instance. So I'll drag, drop it on C1. We'll have our kick. We'll go here, come to our rim shot. Drag, drop it in the CH1. That's basically something easy, you know. So let's say you double click it, for instance, so you're like, whoa, where did I just put it? It just automatically came here. So you can just Command Z. You can always Command or Control Z, you know, so drag and drop it. So we're just going to be using these three, bring it down. Like I said, highlight all through where you want to have it, right click it, then you go to insert empty MIDI clip, and you see automatically brings you your sequence. So you can close it, and if you mistakenly close it as well, you can just double click this to bring it up, and you can just lay your kick, you know. So you can highlight them as well, bring them down. See? So you can now highlight, and when you are highlighting, like I want this to start from this part of the song, so I'm going to highlight from the end of where I want it to start from to the beginning of where I want this one to start from, and I Control D, not duplicate like I first do. So let's go. So we can highlight all of these as well. So you can put one around there, bring it down, and we can just add in some nice hi-hat as well. So yeah, we can use it to switch in the bar. We have the 1/4, we have the 1/8, we have the 1/6, we have the 132, and it's just basically switching the grid. As you can see what is happening. As you can see what is happening. As you can see what is happening. So for rows, I always use 132, and we can just bring this down, and below we have the volume, and I always highlight it so that I can see the one that I want to bring down. So we can hide it. So after we've done that, you can bring in like a percussion loop, like I always say. So I'm just basically going to look for one good percussion loop, maybe from Skilonia. And how we can just do that, just drag and drop it. And one good thing about Ableton is it's going to automatically sync to time. So you can see it's too long. To bring it back, just basically drop it there, bring it down like this. If we don't like that, we can check in another one. So if we like, we can change this sound as well, because maybe we can come here, highlight it, bring it down, holding shift down. So we can also change octaves by just highlighting it, bringing it down, highlight this, bring it down, highlight this, bring it down. If you want to add in like a roll, for instance, select your roll wherever you know where it is. So we can just drag and drop around here. That's just basically what Ableton is all about. So we can add in an impact, drag it here, bring it up to this place. So at this point now, I want to add in like an effect on this. So you can see drop audio effects here. So I'm going to double click on this, come into my audio effects. Remember what I told you, stock effects, you get it on audio effects, and plugins that you've installed, you get it on plugins. So I want to use a stock effect. I mostly use stock effect for my reverb and my delay. So I'm going to go into audio effects. I'm going to scroll down to like hybrid reverb, drop it, drag and drop it on this. Okay, if you're confused, you can just remove it like this. You can just carry the hybrid reverb, drag and drop it on wherever you want it to be. So I want it to be on this one. I'll put it there, and I'll change this one to springs. So I can now come here, insert another MIDI track, take it up because I want to put like a pound sound. I'm going to go into VST. In my own case, I've already created special sounds that I can quickly use. So I'm going to drag in I'm going to show you guys ghost notes, right? Ghost note, how to get ghost note as well. So I'm going to click in marimba. So when I click on marimba, so to get ghost note, I'm basically going to first of all create the MIDI clip. Like I said, it doesn't matter where you start it from, just highlight every place you want that MIDI clip to be in, right click it, and just simply do insert empty MIDI clip, right? So I can do this, take this off because I want to be able to see the other notes. I can click this, for instance, hold on command or control, click on the second one, scroll down, and you can see we can see both of them, right? So I can click on focus. Focus means I want to focus on one. So you can see they have like 2 colors. So when you click on this green one, it means you are on this one. Do you get it? It means you are on the analog lab itself. So you can change some things in the analog lab itself. Do you understand? So me now, I want to like play this one, for instance. So now I'm in Sky Keys. So you can see Ghost Note. I can see what I've played already. So I want to do. So I can just do this and do this here, do this here, and copy them to this part like this, and take this one up. So do this. So easy, so easy. If you're having any issues, you can rewatch this video a couple of times and you should be okay. So you can see Ghost Note. And the good thing about Ableton Ghost Note is I can click here, come back to analog, and just basically even add another sound. You get, that's the beauty about the Ghost Note in Ableton. So I can come into Sky Keys and change whatever I want to change. I can highlight all of them by just highlighting the keys, bring them down a bit. So I can bring this down, pan it to the left. So I can add in like a delay. So go into audio effects, scroll down to delay, drag and drop it on there. This is where I want the delay to be. So bam. So I come here. So now when we are done with that, let's say you're done with the beat, you want to start arranging. One thing I always like to do is to highlight all of them and take them to one side. You know, when I've done that, I bring in what I want to start the beat. So in this case, maybe I want the drum. So I will just, you know, hold Option or Control. I'll click it, take off the kick by just clicking. When you click on each of these, it's going to automatically select everything that is on it. So I click on this and mute it. Then I just... I can drag this. I can drag this as well. So we can now bring this in as the verse, you understand? Drag this as well. So now we want the kick in. So sorry, this is the one we're supposed to drag, not that. So you can simply close and open this by clicking this arrow, you close and open, close and open. So so we want that cha. So if you want to bring in all of them together again, we'll just highlight it. You can do this. So I'm just basically clicking this and duplicating. So we want this part. So you can zoom in and zoom out by dragging. You can see when you put your mouse here, it shows you this mirror-like structure. So you can click it, drag it down to zoom in, drag it up to zoom out. You know, you can also use your plus and minus on your keyboard. Plus to zoom in, minus to zoom out. Right. So yeah. So we want to zoom in, and whenever you want to zoom in at a particular section, you click on that section, then you press plus, and you see start zooming in. So you highlight, and to mute, just basically pressing number key 0, and yeah, this is what you have. So we want to bring in the rows around that bar. So we want to bring this around this side as well. So one last thing we want to do is to duplicate this particular sound, this analog lab, because I want it. I just want to change the sound. So I'll just click on it, Control D, and it's going to duplicate it. So I can just click on the analog lab, click on this settings icon or the spanner icon, like I said. So we'll let it open. I'll click here, for instance, come on like, and find another sound. So I want this one to go up. So double click on this again. So now we can now loop all through and see what we've done. So when you made your first beat, like your first beat, you know. You're listening to what you've done so far. So yeah, now you want to save your project. You want to click on Command S or Control S, and you put it where you want to. Personally, I'm a very organized producer, so as you can see, I have a special folder on. I've taught this in one of my videos. I'm just going to name this Ableton for beginners, you know, and click on save. And let's say you're done with the beat and you want to export it, maybe to listen to it, you know, you can just basically make sure that this is armed. The whole loops icon is armed. So you drag this to the end or the beginning of where you want it to be, double click it, close it, then you come into file, then you go on export. So you can either export as a wave only, or you put this off and export as MP3. So most cases when you want to export to for an artist, maybe I'll show you guys how to do it on export for BeatStars. You can drop a comment below and I'll do that. So click on the on for wave, or you click on the on for MP3, and yeah, basically. So you click on right now, and you just basically click on export, find the location where you want it to be. You click on export, on save, and it's going to load, and you have your file right here. That's basically a way you can make your first beat, and just a little introduction of how Ableton works. I wasn't expecting the video to be too long, but yeah, it is what it is. And if you have any complaints, let me know in the comment section. Remember to always stay productive always. And yeah, that's basically it for me. Till I catch you guys in the next video. Peace.